Good morning, and thanks for joining us for the last EaglEye of the trimester. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Camille Coates. Today we'll be featuring a AAA show with news on arts, athletics, and academics.
But first, one student on our staff has a real passion for her family history. Here's Harmonie's perspective on celebrating these stories.
I have a dream.
Well, another Black History Month has come and gone. And while I feel like I know a little bit more about famous Black leaders, I was missing some pieces of the most important history, my own. Just a block away from Martin Luther King Park in North Minneapolis lives one of the keepers of my history, my 86-year-old granny.
But I can tell you, I done got so old that I can't remember all of that now.
I spent the evening learning more about the relatives I only heard stories about. Auntie Rachel.
Uncle Rachel.
Auntie Rena, and my mom.
And your mom.
Woo!
Boy, she looked a little down. And this is all my grandkids. Did you see the grandkids?
Growing up in the suburbs of Minnesota was a very different experience than my granny's.
Everybody was strict on the Black people in Oklahoma. Very strict. I was born in Oklahoma and raised in Oklahoma.
While I was grateful for her telling me about her journey, I realized that my history doesn't stop there.
This first portrait is a picture of your great-granddaddy.
Every evening when my dad cooks another fabulous meal, I'm enjoying another bite of my history. The recipes Dad makes are passed down from his parents, who raised him in Arkansas with 11 other siblings.
We had big family times together. We did a lot of barbecuing, things of that nature. In the winter times, it was a lot of soups.
In sitting down and listening to my family, I realized for me the most important history is the one that ties me to the people that I love. So, at the close of Black History Month and the beginning of Women's History Month, I encourage you to take the time and ask and listen to the stories around you. Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Harmonie Bratton.
Thanks, Harmonie, for sharing your history with us, and it sounds like she really has a neat relationship with her family.
I agree. I don't know about you, Emma, but I'm really hoping spring would start soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to start enjoying the outdoors.
I don't think you're the only one who wants to go outside today. Here's Joe with the Planet Earth Club.
Apple Valley's newest club is working to protect our oldest and most important resources.
A Planet Earth Club is just about getting students more involved and learning about the environment, as well as just protecting the environment now and for the future.
Senior Mike Perry saw a need and took action.
I realized that there was no clubs currently devoted to biology or the environment, so I thought I'd just start my own club.
The group's first project got underway last fall.
So far, Planet Earth Club has adopted and cleaned El Magnet Disc Golf Course. We were able to collect about 10 bags of trash, and we're planning to clean it about 2 more times this year.
But they are promoting other ways to conserve as well.
Start reusing water bottles. They can carpool together, they can plant trees. Recycling is a big one, using less water by taking shorter showers.
The group's advisor is rolling out the green welcome mat for new members.
When they hear the announcement on the radio about the Planet Earth meeting, anybody's welcome. There are no requirements to join except a certain amount of enthusiasm and concern for the environment.
Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Joe Kwam.
Thanks, Joe. It seems like they have a lot of goals to make our environment better.
That pile of trash looked like what fell out of one kid's backpack the other day when he was nuggeted.
Have you ever been nuggeted?
Yeah, actually I have. I thought it was pretty funny.
Even though it might be funny, there are some consequences for those actions. Here's Jessica with the story.
Nuggeting. The act of turning a backpack inside out and invading a person's personal privacy has gone from an innocent prank to a craze that's out of control.
It's just a fun way to mess with your friends, just kind of lighten up the mood.
When I got nuggeted, I was really frustrated because the bell rang and I still had to put all my stuff back and it was annoying.
While nuggeting is intended to be a surprise for the victim, it may end up surprising the prankster as well.
I think that the biggest con is that nobody really thinks past the situation. They think in the moment and they don't think about how they could negatively impact somebody else.
Nuggeting, the consequences are at least a detention. If there's damage to property, it could be more than a detention. It humiliates students, and it has no place in school or anywhere.
Not only are there consequences with administration, but even ones involving the law.
There are a lot of legal issues with nuggeting. Whenever you assume property that does not belong to you, it brings in numerous legal issues.
I think I would liken it most to somebody coming into your room at home and rifling through all your belongings.
So remember, ABHS, keep the nuggets in the cafeteria and out of the classroom. Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Jessica Craig.
Thanks, Jessica. Next time you think of nuggeting someone, remember the consequences.
The speech team knows the consequences of working hard. They are heading into national qualifiers next week. Here's Tanner with the story.
We've done it, Curtis. We've created a time machine.
If you look back in time, App Valley Speech Team has had 30 years of success. With 60-plus national finalists, it creates intimidation for the other teams.
I would say that we are one of the most well-known speech teams in probably the country. I'll say I'm from Apple Valley, and they'll be like, whoa, Apple Valley.
Having 67 students on the team takes strong leadership.
We have 4 captains. There's Connor Haugen, Kirby Hermanson, Sophia Anger, and Brian Porter.
All of us are usually here after school practicing by ourselves, talking to walls, practicing in front of small audiences, our families. We work really hard so we can do well.
Their hard work has created a lot of nationwide competition.
We will go to tournaments not only in Minnesota, but in different states.
Our motto really is that excellence is the goal and winning is the bonus.
With such a great past, their future looks bright.
One small step for mankind and into the future.
Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Tanner Wild.
Thanks, Tanner. The speech team has created an impressive record.
Our Eagle athletes are really getting ready to impress at sections and state. Here's Mallory with this week's Eagle Sport Report.
Hey Eagles fans, I'm Mallory Mahalik for today's Sport Report. Starting on top with wrestling, here's one of the captains, Stephen Keel, with his predictions for state.
We're all going to be in the same boat, just battling for a title, trying to get into the finals, trying to get to place. It's going to be crazy.
Good luck today to Stephen and the other wrestlers competing for the 19th state title. Also on the way to state is boys swimming. Good luck tomorrow for 5 swimmers competing at state. Boys hockey is currently in sections. Here's Captain Chris Goodman with what he thinks about tonight's game.
Going into section finals, we feel pretty good. It'll be a good game, pretty close. So I think we can do pretty good if we play our game and see what the outcome's like.
Thanks, Chris, and make sure you come out and watch them play Egan tonight starting at 7 for sections finals championship. Boys and girls basketball started sections last night, with boys playing Jefferson and girls playing Rosemont. Special congratulations to Dane Jensen placing 2nd in state for alpine skiing. Well, that's it for today. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Mallory, and good luck to the teams fighting for those titles. Hey, Camille, have you ever wished you looked like a celebrity?
Yeah, it might be nice. Here's this week's Valley View.
People say I look like Taylor Lautner.
People say I look like Taylor Swift.
People say I look like Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter.
People say I look like Amber Riley, who plays Mercedes on Glee.
People say I look like Amanda Seyfried, plays Karen in Mean Girls.
People say I look like Sarah Romer from Disturbia.
People tell me I look like Joe Dirt.
Those are some great matches.
I agree. Well, that's all we got for today.
See you next try for another great show.